Kyle, so good to see you. A really important topic today, hidden budget busters, how stealth costs can derail your retirement and what to do about it. According to Kiplinger, 43% of retirees are more stressed than when they were working. Surprise expenses are a major reason why. So let's talk through them. Number one on our list is healthcare. This is the biggest and most unpredictable retirement expense. So what can we do about it?
Hey, Aaron. Yeah, absolutely. This is a big one, and we talk about it quite often, especially with clients that are just retiring. It's that big change. Healthcare is a big one, and it is a
Mhm.
really big one because there's a lot of different Medicare plans out there in general. And this is one corner that we always advise clients not to cut. Make sure that you work with a pro, somebody that knows the different Medicare options and can help you select the right one for you. Because if you could cut a corner, it can be costly. I mean, there, which is
Wow.
the other big unexpected expense that you can look to find. It's unfortunate that it costs as much as it does, but we always tell our clients, we can't just bury our heads in the sand. We have to have some sort of plan or provision in your overall retirement plan to account for those
Absolutely.
things.
Right. If you don't have a plan, it can wipe out your savings. Next, we have taxes. Retirees often assume that they'll be in a lower tax bracket, but that's not often the case.
Yeah, not always. You think, oh, my income is going to be lower, Social Security's tax advantage or tax favored, however you want to say that. But the reality is we see so many clients come in and they haven't done the planning the last 5, 10 years before they actually retired to diversify the tax status of their money. What do I mean by that? There's different accounts are taxed differently. Most people are in that tax deferred account right there on the bottom right, the traditional
Mhm.
IRA, the pre-tax accounts. That's kind of the default setting for how we save for retirement. But when you pull from those accounts, every dollar is counted as taxable income. So having a brokerage account or a Roth IRA, maybe doing some conversions can help soften the blow of the withdrawals. And especially just like we talked about with these medical expenses, something comes up unexpected, you have to pay for it. You don't have a choice. And it can compound that issue if it's all coming from that pre-tax account.
Mhm. Next, we have emergencies. If you don't have a cash cushion, this can also derail your finances.
This is another good one. It's not
Yeah.
just having that money in a retirement account, like I just talked about, but it's just having some money in the bank or somewhere that's easy to go to, that's got a relatively low tax cost to access that money. It can be a lifesaver. And it's one of those things that we always talk about in our annual reviews with clients, making sure
Mhm.
that they have something there to
Mhm.
prepare themselves.
Mhm. Next, this one I find the most interesting, Kyle. Family. A record number of parents are helping adult children with expenses. And according to savings.com, the average support is about $1,500 a month.
Yeah, well, we'd see this more often than you'd expect,
Mhm.
believe it or not. We call it the bank of mom or the bank of dad. At
Yeah.
some point, that bank has got to close. But maybe if this is a priority to you, that's okay too. You just have to make sure that you factor that into your plan,
Yeah.
and that it's not just going to be a variable expense month to month.
Right. Good point. And then last, we have inflation. This has to be built in your plan, especially since retirement can last decades.
Absolutely. Think about 5 years ago. Who saw all that stimulus coming? And then think about the lasting effects that all those stimulus provisions have on our lives today, 5 years
Yeah.
later.
Yeah.
So things do cost more money over time. You can look at that visual there. You can see that inflation is not something that maybe will happen in a growing economy. It's a sign of a healthy economy. So it's probably going to happen from our perspective. Historically, investing in the market is your best defense against inflation. So you want to make sure that you have a retirement portfolio that's positioned that way, to the degree that it's appropriate, of course. But
Mhm.
that's something we can't overlook either.
Right. It's clear talking it through with you, Kyle. This is the world you live in. You are aware of these risks and expenses, whereas a lot of people who are just coming into retirement for the first time or getting ready for it may not be factoring into their budget. So, if somebody wants to talk to you about that budget or creating a financial plan, what's the best way to reach you?
Yeah, let me do some of that worrying for you.
Yeah.
My way to reach me is the website, firstcoastfinancialgroup.com.
Great. Kyle, thanks for your time today.
Thank you, Aaron.